Champions League Lille vs Slavia Prague prediction, team news, lineups preview. After making it through the third qualifying round in contrasting styles, Lille and Slavia Prague go head-to-head in the Champions League playoffs, with the first leg taking place on Tuesday. The teams meet at Stade du Hainaut in Valenciennes, as Lille's home stadium is still not available after the Olympics, and both will seek an advantage to take into next week's second leg. Match preview. Leading by 1 goal from the first leg in France, Lille visited Turkish giants Fenerbahçe at Şükrü Saracoğlu Stadium last week, and much to Jose Mourinho's obvious displeasure they inched through at the end of extra time. Les Dogues progressed with a 3-2 aggregate scoreline thanks to Jonathan David's dramatic 118th-minute winner, which secured a precious place in the Champions League playoffs. Having missed out on third place in Ligue 1 last term by conceding a stoppage-time equalizer on the final day, meaning automatic qualification slipped through their fingers, Lille are now within a whisker of making the group phase for the first time in 3 years, after leading LOSC to 4th spot. Former coach Paulo Fonseca departed for AC Milan during the summer, so now new boss Bruno Genesio is overseeing their latest attempt to reach UEFA's top club competition. This year's expanded format would ensure at least 8 high-profile games through to January. But they must again miss out on home advantage in the all-important playoffs. With Stade Pierre Marois still out of action, Genesio's men kicked off their league campaign with a 2-0 away win over Reims on Saturday evening, when David scored during second-half stoppage time. Now, they aim to replicate a previous Lille side's successes against Slavia Prague, when these clubs met in the Europa League group stage some 15 years ago. Lille easily took 3 points from both encounters, winning 3-1 and 5-1 in the autumn of 2009. Jindřich Trpišovský's current squad will expect to fare far better this time around, having impressed in Europe last year and then been narrowly beaten to the Czech title by city rivals Sparta Prague for a second straight season. Slavia's consolation prize was a place in the Champions League qualifiers, and victory in their opening tie was virtually wrapped up with a 3-1 first-leg win over Union Saint-Gilloise in the third round. 6 days later, they finished the job in Belgium, and following Václav Jureka's late goal, a 4-1 aggregate scoreline saw them reach the penultimate hurdle of qualifying. The Cervinobili have been back in action since last month, when they kicked off their domestic campaign with a disappointing 0-0 draw at Slovácko, but 4 subsequent wins for the loss of just 1 goal have since left them only 2 points shy of Sparta in the first league standings. Last year, Slavia finished first in their Europa League group with 15 points, beating Roma en route to becoming the first Czech team ever to top a group table, but ultimately went out to AC Milan in the last 16. Just a few months later, they are determined to dine at Europe's top table. Team news. Bruno Genesio must make at least 2 changes to the Lille side that lined up in Reims at the weekend, as centre-back Issa Mandi will serve a suspension for his stoppage-time dismissal against Fenerbahçe, and ex-Manchester United midfielder Angel Gomez suffered a serious head injury. Several players were rested on Saturday, but Thomas Meunier, Håkon Haraldsson and Jonathan David should all return to the starting 11 in midweek. David scored 26 times across all competitions last season and has started sharply this term. The Canada international is set to link up with Haraldsson and Remy Cabella in the final third. Slavia's main summer signing Tomáš Kori struck twice in the third qualifying round and is among several contenders to feature in the visitors' attacking trident. Kori's fellow Czech internationals Mojmír Chytil and Lukas Prvad joined Slovakia's Euro 2024 star Ivan Šranc in vying for selection, while Václav Jureka cannot be counted out. Meanwhile, Oscar Dorley and Christos Zafiris both scored in Saturday's 2-1 league win over Teplice, and they should feature alongside captain Lukas Masopust in midfield. Lille possible starting lineup: Chevalier, Meunier, Dukite, Alexandro, Goodmanson, Santos, Mukau, André, Cabella, Haraldsson, David. Slavia Prague possible starting lineup: Kinski, Holz, Ogbu, Zima. Massipist, Dorley, Zafiris, Diouf, Schrantz, Corey, Pravad. We say, Lille 1-0 Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague have conceded just twice in 7 competitive games this season, so Lille have their work cut out to secure a first-leg lead. The Ligue 1 club should just come out on top against a well-drilled away side, though, leaving this tie tantalisingly poised ahead of next week's return. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.